Hey guys, Miss Aguilar here. I'm just going to go over the parts of a graph. If you know all the parts of the graph, then you don't have to watch this video. If you're still slightly unsure of the different parts, then definitely watch it. If you are familiar, like I said, you don't have to watch it. You can just move on to the next video where I'm going to talk about how to make a best fit line, how to do your slope, and also the mathematical model. So this is just the basics on the elements of a good graph. All right, so this picture is from our reading packet on the elements of a graph. You should all have the packet. If you don't, you can download it. It's under August 18th on our calendar. It's under the Spaghetti Bridge Lab. And if you click on more details, you'll find there's an attachment there. If you don't already have it, please download it because you're going to need it continuously from here on out. We'll be making a lot of more graphs. In fact, we started on Friday. Okay, so let's just kind of jump into this. A couple parts that you don't have to worry about in this class are the point protectors, and that is just for when you have a lot of different points. Also, the slope calculation points, you don't have to worry about those. If you want to use them to help you make your slope, then by all means, please use them, but I'm not going to grade you on, I won't take points away if you don't have it. All right, a title. Every graph has to have a title. The point of the title is just so people have a quick understanding of what they're looking at, or what's being measured. And the formatting of the title is in this format. It's where you have the dependent variable first, and it's versus the independent variable. And we can see here that our dependent variable is period, and our independent variable is mass. They made the title period versus mass for a pendulum. So that's the formatting, dependent variable versus independent variable. And that also helps us to move on to our x and our y axis and how that's labeled. So you should all know that the y axis is that vertical axis right here that I just wrote y next to, and this is our x axis, the horizontal axis. And the y houses the dependent variable. So in this case, their dependent variable is period. And the x-axis houses the independent variable, and for this graph, it is mass. Now, when you're labeling your graphs, you're going to put the variable, whether it's dependent or independent, but you're also going to include the units. And the units are written within parentheses, and you can see that here. So period is actually a measurement of time, and the units we use to show that is seconds. And that's what this S represents right here in the parentheses. The units for period are seconds. And then mass, we use the units kilogram to represent the measurement or the units of mass. And again, you can see that it is the units, it's here in between these parentheses. So all of the values here on the x-axis, those are all in units of kilograms. And the same thing with the values here on the y-axis. These are all in units of seconds. The other part of this graph is the best fit line, and you can see that here, a line of best fit or best fit line. It means the same thing. And then we have our data points, and you see here a point protector, but data points are just, little dots. Some people put squares. You can put squares if you like, but as long as it's nice and neat. If you can't make it neat, then I would just recommend putting dots. It's a little bit easier. You don't have to worry too much about it. So there you go. That is the basic parts of a graph. And when I'm grading lab notebooks right now, it seems to be that a lot of people left out their title. So you'll lose points on that if you don't put your title. I think it's worth a point. So just make sure you guys are putting your titles. It's a really important part of the graph. All right, that's going to be it for the elements of a good graph, just all the parts of the graph. Next video is going to talk about slope, y-intercept, and mathematical model. All right, have a good day.